Hey, what's up guys, DRC3 here, back with another Dokkan battle video. This is the Fighting Legend Vegeta event, and this is my Otherworld Warriors team. Now let me tell you, this was the hardest team to run by far. I can't even tell you how many tries it took me. I actually forgot to hit screen record until I was halfway through the first turn, so that's what you just saw there. Anyways, I did not run the main Otherworld Warriors leader, being Frieza. I actually ran the Resurrected Warriors leader with the Super Saiyan 2 Majin Vegeta. And you can see the friend lead there as well. I ran two of them because they are TEQ and they are a lot better for the final phase if you make it to that point with this team. So I'm going to explain a little bit about these rotations and what I tried to do. I tried to keep TEQ Frieza and Fizz Frieza in the same rotation together. I did put the TEQ Frieza in front of the Int Vegeta's attacks, knowing that I might take some damage because TEQ Frieza only stacks defense up until he hits Golden Form, and then after Golden Form he only raises defense for one turn. So I wanted to make sure he got his attack off here, and he did crit for us, so that was helpful. And that's going to be the same thing with the transforming Goku. We're also going to want him to super attack as many turns as we can get out of him. One of the biggest problems I had with this team was I'd run into scenarios like this where you just don't have the Ki, Kai, however you say it, to get Goku's super attack, so I really had to think about it. You can see here I didn't have enough here, but I do think he additionals here, which kind of saves me and stacks his defense anyways. And in these early phases, you can get hit pretty hard, pretty easily. This is a very, very dangerous, hard team to run, and you can see that additional helped us a lot. It's going to stack his defense, so he only takes double digits instead of getting slapped around, or a lot more. This Golden Frieza is like a must for that third slot rotation because he is going to take a lot of damage, especially when those supers come in the last slot. My recommendation when you're building this Otherworld Warriors team for both Friezas and the Goku, get additional attacks. Additionals are going to save you because remember they raise defense every time they additional. You'll probably hear me say this in a couple more of my videos. Additionals are very important for any team nowadays. If you can get additionals, go for additionals. If it fits the hidden potential path, if it fits the character, get additionals. Okay, and Goku goes Super Saiyan 3. Alright, and now I got this Gohan on rotation. You may have seen him in my previous videos. But this Gohan is also an MVP of this team. He's going to stack defense indefinitely. By the time we get to the final phase, he'll have like 500 to 600k defense, something like that, something crazy. Once again, we're going to have Goku go first though, and we're not going to actually get to start stacking with Gohan just yet. It's kind of a problem if you don't get the perfect rotations right at the start. It's what makes this team so hard. You kind of need these rotations to be perfect to be able to get this team to work out right, which is why it takes so many tries. I'm looking at their defense there. I see the Fizz Golden Frieza, or sorry, Fizz Frieza has a lower defense. I actually don't know why I chose to keep him in the front there. Interesting. Maybe at this point I was just tired. Okay, and he dodges. He does have a chance to dodge attacks. He's going to raise his defense here. Yep, he does give us an additional. Like I said, additionals. So very, very important for this. Okay, we got Super Saiyan God Goku. So this will be the final time Goku can attack. You can see I'm doing a lot of thinking when it comes to my rotations. How am I going to set this up? What am I going to do? Final time he can attack to stack his defense, I should say. And then I just decide to throw his attack out because I'm not going to get it either way, and I go with the Gohan so I can at least get him stacking some defense. This right here is a pretty scary turn because it is two agile, disadvantaged characters against the TEQ, and we're only in the second phase of this whole event. It's crazy. Luckily though, it is only the second phase, so even if he hits us, it's not going to be a game-ending super yet. But you can see I did get very lucky there that he did not super me. You can see me tapping away there on the screen if you pay attention. Whenever the transformations come through. Luckily with the new version Z update, which is coming out, well, tonight, I do believe are going to be able to skip transformations, passive transformations. Okay. This Frieza should be able to do a good amount of damage for us since his final... Oh wait, nope. He's already had his final attack last turn. He does crit, does some good numbers. The transforming Goku, the transforming Frieza after their EZAs are really amazing units, really solid units. Really good for long events like this. The only thing I wish was a little bit different about them is for their super attack, that they didn't stop stacking defense once they hit their final form. Because that means they're kind of capped off around 250 or 300k defense at the most, assuming you get additionals. If you miss any attacks along the way, you're less than that, 200,000 or 90,000 defense, which is still decent for TUR units, but so. Against the strength one here, so we should see a pretty good hit. Good time for a Dokkan attack. Takes out 3 bars of health. We'll have the Gohan take his turn next. And you can see he only has a half a health bar left. He's going to attack Gohan, that's fine. We did take 49,000 there, but that's mainly because we haven't been stacking with Gohan a ton up till this point. And then Frieza just comes in clutch with the additionals, I'm telling you. If we didn't have additionals, that wouldn't have happened. We would have gone into the next turn and had to waste a whole phase. Okay, and now we have both Majin Vegetas transformed for us. We do have the physical type advantage, but we also have the Tech Golden Frieza's type disadvantage. So I decide to put the physical Frieza in front, assuming he's going to super attack here, because he super attacked in the middle last time, or towards the end. I've gotten to this phase so many times, and just died because he decides to hit the TEQ Golden Frieza, and I was terrified. So I popped one of those Whis, and then physical Frieza goes and dodges it. I'm like, okay, thanks, bud. Now you do it. Such a rare chance for him to dodge, and they rarely dodge when you need them to. It's just crazy. I do have 2 disadvantaged characters here, but that Frieza you can see has the defense, especially with the Whis, okay? And then he dodges the Majin Vegeta's attack, no big deal. If we didn't have that Whis there though, we would have got slapped so much harder. He slaps hard on these Majin Vegetas. So watching this video, it's kind of misleading because you've seen double digits and stuff like that. He did not super attack me as many times this go around, this run, and I got very lucky as well with my rotations and with how many super attacks I pulled off with the transforming Goku Frieza. There were some times where I could not get that many super attacks pulled off, where the additionals just didn't happen to give me that extra attack or extra defense buff. You can see even right there, we went through like that whole first turn. No super attack. All those attacks and none of those were supers. Just crazy. And now I start to get a little nervous because he does still have a few attacks at the end. If he super attacks me at the end, I'm done. I'm like worried. Luckily Vegeta raises his defense some. He does super attack me. I do still have a Whis active. Okay. If you do not land that super attack with the Majin Vegeta though, I'm telling you, that raises your defense so much. If you don't land that super attack, that could have been very, very bad. And even with type advantage, Frieza does okay, but he doesn't do a ton of damage. He's mainly here for tanking. That's one thing about this team. This whole entire team really doesn't do like massive amounts of damage. They're all just tanks slash. I mean, they're mid. You know, it's just hard to. They're not too much to one side. It's a very balanced team between defense and attack, which some people might like. Okay, and he's going to attack Golden Frieza, who is going to make that double digits. Oh, not double digits. Okay, well, you see how hard he gets hit with like an 80% damage reduction? So that should show you just how much these guys have stacked. I don't want to pop another Whis yet. We still got 2 phases left to this guy. So I'm going to hope that we finish him off with the Gohan and the Goku. And if not that, then at the very least the Majin Vegeta. But I am nervous. Majin Vegeta does this thing, you know. Let's see. Luckily he did not super us at the end. Because we did raise our defense, we were fine. Then we get to end the phase on a nice little note right here. We get to raise Frieza's defense just a little bit more, which is going to be helpful. And 2 phases left. Definitely want that Gohan in the front. He has 320k defense, whereas the Goku only has around 250k defense. And it doesn't matter if we get the Frieza's attack. So just try to set up my orbs for the next turn. And Gohan is going to raise his defense even more right here with his Masenko. And we get a crit from Golden Frieza, but not from the Goku. It's just funny how RNG works. Okay, takes it for 15,000. That's nothing in the grand scheme of things. And now you've seen him do it twice, putting him in that 3rd slot. We got lucky that he just decided to super on that 3rd slot Golden Frieza multiple times. I decided to do this here to try and get Majin Vegeta his attack. because remember, if he doesn't get his attack, he can get slapped very hard and it gets very scary. And he dodges, but Frieza don't care. Frieza don't care! Takes him out another health bar. It's huge. And Majin Vegeta don't care. I'm telling you guys, these additionals are where it's at. Man, back in the day, back in old Dokkan a few years ago, crit was everything. You wanted crit, you wanted to have as much damage as you could. Now it's kind of the opposite. I would say additionals are first, evasion second, especially if a character has evasion built into their passive, you know, adding that extra % chance to evade attacks, it's going to be huge. And then finally comes crit. You want a little bit of everything, that way you have a chance for everything. Even just 1% in crit, maybe a skill orb where it gives you 1% chance to crit is better than no % chance, you know? Same with additional, same with dodge. You can literally have a little bit of everything for your characters. Of course, you're going to focus on one thing. That's not to say to split it evenly, like 9 crit, 9 evasion, and 9 additional. You probably want to focus on like 20 additional, and then maybe 5 evasion and 2 crit, or whatever you can get from a skill orb. Alright, and I'm thinking here, how am I going to get both attacks? You can see just how much thinking actually goes into the harder events like this, fighting Legend Vegeta. This is probably, Otherworld Warriors versus fighting Legend Vegeta is probably the hardest content in game. Even harder than the Gods event, even harder than the Fighting Legend Goku GT event, even harder than Extreme Super Battle Road. All of that stuff. I've cleared all of that, and I think this probably took me the most tries out of any of those things. Ha 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 ha. Oh boy, let's see what he does. 15,000. And that Agile Golden Frieza in the 3rd slot comes in clutch again. I did mess around with this team like quite a few times, trying different things. I tried it with the physical Frieza as the leader instead of the Majin Vegetas as the leader. And I always had trouble with that 3rd slot getting supered. I actually didn't have the Agile Golden Frieza on at first. And then I put him on and I was just like, wow, what was I doing? Why did I not have this before? You can see just how much they're tanking. At this point, he still hasn't super attacked, so I'm a little nervous. He can definitely end it on a Majin Vegeta. Luckily, Majin Vegeta is going to continue to raise his defense as long as we get a super attack. So it should be survivable, but it's still scary nonetheless. I'm trying to think here if I can get both attacks, because I'm scared if the Majin Vegeta does not get his attack here. I realize, oh, okay, I can. I'm like, alright, I'm good. And you can see we're getting pretty close to another Dokkan attack. Frieza just stacking his defense. I kept physical Frieza in front that rotation because he hadn't super attacked me in a minute, and I was scared, but he probably would have super attacked if I had not killed him right there in that second slot. So you can see I got pretty lucky. Right now I'm trying to figure out what's going to work better. I got lucky with the purple orbs coming up. I did not think I was going to get Goku's attack. And I was kind of happy that I did not secure the Dokkan attack this turn, just in case I got hit hard on the first phase. And Gohan just building up his defense even more, you know. We didn't ask for it, but he gave it to us, and we take it. Goku critting, which is huge. Now, if that additional had been a super, I would have had no worries about that second slot, because he would have raised his defense for one turn. And once again, no worries about this third slot because of who we have in that third slot. And he just tanks it like a boss. You can see how many times throughout this entire event we have had him in the third slot, just getting super after super after super launched on him. Crazy. Very, very lucky that it was him and not the Vegeta in the earlier phases. This phase, it's not a big deal. Okay, and we got our Dokkan attack for the Golden Frieza TEQ, which is great. Gonna let him do his thing. I know sometimes I say TEQ, INTs, or whatever. I should just say tech, okay? Is what it is. TEQ, INT, strength, physical, all that good stuff. I think TEQ is the only one I actually spell it out for. Weird. Kind of a quirk. Sorry, I'm just like having an epiphany. Tech. $549,000 defense for the Gohan. Not too worried about him. I'm going to keep him in the front. Even though we do have the Majin Vegetas, I'm afraid they could still get slapped pretty hard. So we're going to keep our tanks in the front, doing what the tanks do. I do actually keep the Majin Vegetas off rotation here, keep them rotating through. It's not a big deal to me. Get hit for 91,000, even with 549,000 defense. It just goes to show you how lucky I have been throughout this entire event when it comes to where his super attacks have been. I'm not too worried. I know this Goku can take regular attacks. And by the way, my Majin Vegeta is 100% hit at potential. My Agile Golden Frieza is 100%. My TEQ Golden Frieza is 100%. My physical Frieza / Golden Frieza I think is only 79%. So he is not fully rainbowed, but still very, very good. My Transforming Goku is fully rainbowed, 100% activation. And my Gohan, I believe, is also 100% activation. So that is one piece of advice I would give to everybody out there who's playing Dokkan, who is trying to beat these harder events. A character that has higher hidden potential activation, whether it's a free-to-play character or a pay-to-play character, is going to be more useful than the best character without any hidden potential activation. almost to the end here. I'm feeling pretty confident in what we have done. Still a little nervous at points. So I'm going to pop the Aider just to be safe. And I'm happy to see that his super attack is in fact on my Gohan. That really just shores up the victory for me, so I don't have to worry about Goku getting hit for all of my health for some reason. And then I did get a little scared there because he wasn't going to raise his defense, and then Goku's like, nah, I got you. I'm going to additional, I'm going to raise my defense for you, you're fine. And I was like, oh, breathe the big sigh of relief. And you can see just how RNG dependent this entire run has been for Otherworld Warriors, how scary it has been. There is no definite or definitive way to ensure that you beat this. It is going to more than likely take you multiple tries unless you just have the best luck in the entire game. And at this point, I know we've got it finished up. I'm not too worried. I do think he dodges here. Nope. Okay, he did not dodge that final one. Imagine getting that part and then he dodges and you're like, oh my goodness, I hope Fizz Frieza finishes it off. And that was the Otherworld Warriors team for Fighting Legend Vegeta. Thank you guys for watching, and I will be posting a couple more videos about this event. See you guys next time.